All right. Well, if you're here, let me know if you cannot hear me. Can't really tell. All right, so Kenney has a jam this weekend, and um, I'm going to try to hack together a game, a little multiplayer game. What's going on, Marcos? Let me know if you can't hear me. All right, thanks, guys. What's up, Alex? Um, so I'm a little late. I'm a couple hours late, but I have been building like a base for the game for the last week. So I'm kind of cheating. So feel free to reject me, Kenney, if if this is against the rules. But I've built like a really basic, fundamental, like multiplayer. What do I want to say? Like structure. Um, so that this wouldn't be. I wouldn't waste a lot of time on that. So I do have some scripts written. Again, it's just very kind of boilerplate stuff. And I do have quite a bit of scenes to manage those things. Like I've got some player scenes down here. I've got a couple spells or a couple actions like punch and just like a placeholder spell. I don't really know where I'm gonna go with this, but I've got a little map. Let me run it really quick, see where we're at. Okay, I'm gonna host the game. So I got a little starter world here. So this is kind of like my starting point. It's gonna be third person, and let me see. I think I can punch. Yeah, so Q is punch, and E throws stuff. Right now I just have a placeholder primitive. Apparently primitives are against the rules in this one, which is cool. I'm gonna have to swap it out for whatever textures and stuff that he has, Kenney's got. So I'm gonna look at doing that, and let me join as a second client. So you should be able to take damage right now through a punch. So let me walk up to this dude and punch him. Yeah, so you take 10 damage for punch. And there's a cooldown. I don't know if you guys can see in the logs, but I don't have any cooldowns in the. You're only seeing the jam page. Oh man. Man, this whole time. What's wrong? Why am I not? Why is that not showing? That's weird. Maybe it's like super delayed. Or maybe I've got the wrong thing selected. Let me try something really quick. No, it should be there. Yeah, thanks for the heads up, Alex. It's gonna. So what happens is I'm gonna have to probably kill the stream again. Oh man, I hate doing that. So OBS crashes internally. At least I've seen it happen, and it just gets stuck. So I may have to restart OBS. Yeah, it looks like it's. Oh, that's such a bummer. Yeah, OBS works great sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Let me do a skip ad. I don't know why it's trying to show ads right now. Yeah. Oh, that's such a bummer. Maybe I can create a new scene because it's showing me. Yeah. Let me just create a new screen while I got you here. Maybe you let me know if this fixes it. Let me do display 2, and we're gonna do just gonna create a new one. Oh my god. Not that one. Shut that off for a second. Let me see if that actually worked. Yeah, it did. Okay, so you guys saw behind the scenes for a second. All right, so I think I've got a fix for it. Let me see. Oh, look at that. All right, you guys tell me if that looks okay. Alex, you've been helping out. You let me know if that looks all right to you. You should see the two displays. You got it? All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's like sometimes OBS kind of internally crashes. Anyways, to just kind of back up really quick, let me just start this speech over. So this is like I said before, I kind of spent a few days getting a base multiplayer, what's the word I want to say? Not, I guess, template, kind of a starting point, and it's a little bit of an open world. There is collisions and physics, so that like if something hits you, you're gonna move. I've got two basic abilities, punch and like throwing a thing. I mean, eventually then maybe it'll be a fireball, but I have to use Kenney's assets, so whatever Kenney has. Right now I just have punch, which is this, and you can't really see it, but down in my logs there is a timeout. I don't have any cooldowns shown in the actual game. I don't know if I'll get to that. It's kind of a stretch goal. And apparently you're not supposed to use primitives like this ground right now. That's against the rules. So I'm going to that's going to be like, that's a development ground. That's not going to be a real ground for the submission. Like I said before, I'm kind of cheating because I've already got a base here. But the multiplayer stuff was a lot of work to get to this point. So I can be disqualified. That's fine. I just wanted to do this for fun. So if I go over here, I think I can punch him. Yeah, so he's going to take 10 damage each hit, and it's not, I don't know why it's not, yeah, there it goes, okay. And it's not going to be spammy because I do have an internal cooldown on the server, so it's not going to let you just spam it. So yeah, you can see it client side, and then if I back up and I throw something at him, he'll take, I don't know, how much damage did he take? Okay, so that's the screen, and then if I throw something at him, okay, so he's taking 5 damage from this spell. So what I was thinking about doing is just basing everything off these. The world that I'm going to create is the ground is lava, right? So everything down here, this is going to be lava. So if you hit the ground, you're dead. So the point of the game is to stay on that. So however long you can stay off the lava, you get, I guess, points for every kill, every player that you kill. You get points, and then maybe mobs if you kill mobs, or maybe there'll be a time limit, and like the longer you're alive, the more points you get. And I was thinking about just having a high score. So that's kind of like the gist of this little demo that I'm hoping to build out. But like, I think I want the spells to be physical. So if I keep hitting him, he'll fall off the edge, and then so you're gonna actually be able to make players fall off into the lava. So I'll probably increase the gravity depending on the spell's type, and you know, to give it some balance, so that way you can like run around, and then you can have like really fast spells that'll hit you, and maybe, you know, you can dodge them or something, or maybe you have a spell that like grounds you in place, and that'll have a cooldown as well. But I don't know, I'm just gonna start building out this little map here and just kind of see where I take it. And then I'll probably just do that for the majority of today. And then tomorrow I might get into the mechanics a little bit more and introduce another spell. I think I have to submit this game by in a day and 21 hours. So I think that's Sunday at noon. Let's see. 21st. Yeah, so that's Sunday at noon. Yeah. You know, that's a good point. I don't know what the game theme is. I was supposed to do that and I completely ignored it. Good point, because I had it up. Connection is the theme? Theme, connection. Okay, well that's how connection. Okay, well that's kind of like the complete opposite. So I'm gonna have to think about it. It's gonna be a long weekend. I'm gonna be sitting in this chair all weekend. I don't know. Give me some ideas. Yeah, connection. You see it? That's the theme right here. Right here. Yeah. So he doesn't really have a whole bunch of rules. There's some bonus challenges, which I'm gonna ignore because I'm not gonna do that. And So you can only use his models and textures. Blah, 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 blah. Audio. I mean, I don't know if I'll get to that. Yeah. So custom animations. I'm doing a 3D game, so some of this doesn't really apply, and I think it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So you can't use basic primitives like I've been saying. What else? All right, well, that's cool. Now I need to think of how can I spin this into a connection theme? Maybe like you run around and there's a link between everybody, and your gravity and your movement pulls people. That's going to be like really complicated to do. I'm getting meowed at. What? I'm on stream, cat. Cat's yelling at me. Connection. You guys have any ideas? What's a good connection theme? What's a good connection, cat? Huh? I don't know what she wants. Probably to play. I don't know. Maybe I'll get some inspiration if I look at his stuff. Let's look at his platformer kit. So these are all the platformer kits. I really like this. Yeah, I'm really blanking. I'm just sitting here like, duh. What am I gonna do for connection? So I immediately go to, I mean, all right, well, this is a multiplayer game. So I'm already shooting for connection, right? Build connections. Oh, like, all right. So, oh man, that's gonna be tough. I wanted this to be PvP based, and now the theme is connection, which kind of pushes you away from that. But it is a multiplayer game, but I don't think that counts. I think that would be cheating to just say, oh, it's a multiplayer game. I satisfied the theme. I don't think that's fair. But like, I kind of like that. Okay, Alex. So if you build like bridges to connect to the other islands, and like everybody starts on their own little area. Like this is my area right here. Let's pretend this guy isn't here. Let's get him off the screen. All right, and like this is my island, and I have to build a connection to you, right, to be able to take your loot or beat your area. That's one idea. What else? Connection. Build connections to the islands, yeah. What else we got in here? Fantasy Town kit. Because I gotta use his stuff, so I'm trying to. Oh man. What if you have to kill mobs and that builds like a connection between the islands? Yeah, the chain together thing. Yeah, that I just feel like that's. I wouldn't even. How would you even begin to do that? Maybe. I mean, connected can also mean like you're reflecting whatever actions happen to you, those actions can happen to other people. So that could mean like if my health goes down, maybe your health goes down. So it could be connected in that way. What other assets does he have? Let me open this in a new tab. So I wasn't gonna use city kits, because I wanted this to be a little islandy. Yeah, I know. Yeah, okay. So what does that mean though? Like what do you mean connect to? Like build something to, like hmm. I think we'll get there. Maybe like building an energy or something, like, so if you um maybe the more connections you have, uh maybe the more connections you have to something, whatever connections means. So that could be like connection to, like you said, like an island or something. The more points you get, or could be buffs too. It's like you get more health. I think we're thinking literally, like I'm being too literal with the word connection right now. This is hard. This is definitely hard. I'm just pulling up game assets to see if I can have any inspiration out of any of these things. Graveyard kit. What's that gonna be? Let me kill this game. Connection. Maybe. What's connection? Move this out of the way. And you guys, I don't know. I'm like completely blanking. I think we have a couple good ideas to, but I need something to bring it all together. I don't really want to do building. I mean, I guess I could just throw objects out and you kind of have to create a platform to get to somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, that could work. Hello. Yeah. It's okay, so you can make it so that your health slowly declines. And you have to connect yourself to different spots. Yeah, okay, so that's a gameplay idea. Let me pull up a little text edit. We'll just start writing this down. And so connect or get to spots to not die. So like your health ticks down, right? We're just gonna start writing ideas down and eventually we'll get it. Health ticks down. These are just ideas, guys. This isn't what I'm doing. Connect or get to spots to not die. Your health ticks down. I do want the PvP elements, so if we can think of a way to work that in, that would be great. Oh no, I don't think so, Maddie. Competition? No, we are not competing. No, don't say that. Don't give me any pressure. This is my first game jam. I've never done a game jam before, and I'm kind of taking a big risk, a big chance with this because I built like a multiplayer system to build the game on top of. So hopefully I didn't like build myself into a corner. Yeah. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, feel free to steal our ideas if you're doing your own. If you're building the game, if you're doing a jam, you know, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna hog these ideas. I don't really, you know, I have no ownership of this. So then you could also build stepping stones, or let's say place stepping stones. Whoops. To get to other areas. So what does connection mean? Like network, shared things. I don't know. So you have to make it so that connect to the other player's guns that you have destroyed to yours. I don't know what you mean. Connect the other player's guns that you have destroyed. I wasn't gonna add guns in the game. I was gonna just do spells and whatever that is, like melee fighting or spells. But I guess I could add a gun. I don't think that would be too bad. So you're saying connect to the other player's guns that you have destroyed so that yours to make them better. Yeah, you're saying you're gonna consume their abilities, their stats to buff your stats. Yeah. All right, let's hear your idea. Connection. I think, what did I do with it? I had a page up with connection synonyms. Yeah. How about wires to connect different mechanisms, activate door? Yeah, like a network. I'm gonna just write wires because that could be a thing. Okay, what about powering on? So you can like activate things on the map to help or hurt other players. We're probably supposed to have this like positive theme with connection, and we're like constantly making it about combating violence with the other player or hurting the other player. Yeah, you could do the same thing. Okay, yeah, I got you. I don't know. I think that they're okay. That could work too. I still don't think we've gotten our big break. So maybe like if you're running around and you like pull a switch, or you hit a power up or something on the map, or some objective that will what if you had like a map of how would I do that? Yeah, like Mint. That's kind of like where my head's at. I think, what if like you have your own island? Like, let's go back to the example. All right, guys. So here's an idea. So let's say I have like a little island or whatever it looks like, and you have to destroy. You have like a mini, not a dungeon, but like a little mini. You have some mobs, and well, that would need, yeah, the problem with that is it would need to be instance. And I kind of wanted this to be a little bit of a persistent world. I guess let me just finish my idea. So what I was saying is like you'd have mobs in here, and like for every mob I killed, or maybe I had like these barrels right here. Let's say these barrels were destroyable. Every time I destroyed something, it would take away a section of land. Remember, because the ground is lava, right? So if you can destroy the, like if I hit this barrel and then on your map this chunk of land gets destroyed, then now you only have like a couple, feet of safe room, and then every time I destroy something else, it slowly collapses in your area. You guys, come on, think of something off of that. What are we gonna do for that? That's gonna be a lot of work. I mean, the simple thing is to do like what you're saying, like the wiring. I think we're sorry, I'm trying not to kick the other cat. Where you can like connect to other people and it somehow will hurt or help. Oh, come on. We got to think of something. What other assets does this guy have that we can, or does Kenney have? These amazing assets, by the way, are really cool. What did I have? I was looking at graveyard. Let's see. Whoops. I want to let me just look at this. There we go. You guys probably can't really see this very well. It's in the nature kit. Oh, what's all that? Oh, there's like little, this is like little pathways and little roads here. I mean, you could, all right, this might be, okay, maybe this is it. Maybe, I got a little bit of inspiration from this. Oh, let me kill this game. Pew, pew, pew. Sorry, I just want to just play around in the game. Let's say I'm looking at these things here. I don't know if you can see me highlighting this stuff in the middle here. And I immediately am thinking that maybe you build paths to the other, to like some objective. I think we go back to maybe that. I don't know how that's going to be connection. So let's say you build paths. Building requires points. You get points from player mob kills. So let's say let me try to draw this out. Hang on guys. Let me get this iPad thing connected. Maybe I can do that. Maybe I can draw it out a little bit. Here we go. And let's create a new board. Name a game jam. I'm going to put it up on screen if possible. We'll see. Game jam. Done. And then let's open freeform. I'm going to move that off for a second while I pull it up. Do you guys, so what I was thinking is you would have your own island, right? Here, let me pull it back on. All right. Let's see if I can draw this. You guys let me know if you can't see this. And I'm sorry if it plays an ad this early. I didn't want it to show ads just yet. So, you know, for channel support. But okay, so let's say you're here. Or let's make it another color. Let's do like red. And then I'll do like this. No. Red. There we go. So this is like one starting point. Here's another one. And here's another one. And then like each area has like an objective somewhere. Right? And what you have to do, maybe these are connected. I'm just like trying really hard not to draw something inappropriate, so I'm putting a lot of energy. So let's say like each player, so this is player 1, player 2, player 3, and so this is like the map. This is a really bad drawing, but I think you get the idea. And then player 1's got to like build a connection to this thing, and then you got to build a pathway to here, and then player 2's goal. Player 2's goal is there. And this is like the goal. Can you guys see that? Let me know if you can't. Looks like it's showing up. Yeah. So this down here is like the goal for each respective player. And in order to in order to get there, maybe you have to PvP each other for points, or mobs, and then what else? And maybe, and so what's the point of that though? Like, because I want this to be instance, right? So, I mean, I guess maybe these things can be generated randomly throughout the game. Randomly, let's say like if there's players, number of players plus, I don't know, 3 or whatever. That's how many. That's how many of these I don't know, what do they call it? Reward points, treasure points. Yeah. So I guess, so you can PvP to get points, and points, maybe it costs money to, or cost energy. Maybe that's what it is. So maybe not points, but like energy. Energy. You guys feeling me at all? Anything? No? Is this dumb? I'm not getting any reaction. Is this a bad idea? Yeah. Well, I was thinking that like maybe let me just scroll this down a little bit. Maybe you could, so maybe these aren't respective to each player. Maybe the blue island areas aren't you've been thinking of something I don't know what that, yeah, I don't remember. Yeah. Yeah, connection is, it's definitely, I definitely needed like another day to think of this, to think about what connection can do. But I think you just have to start, right? This is how all game ideas start. So today's Friday, and hopefully today I'll have an idea. So again, like I was thinking, what I'm thinking out loud here is I don't really know what else to do, because the whole idea with this thing, with this little islandy like treasure points or loot boxes, building require, I like the word energy better. I think that you get, I like when I spell it better, spell it correctly, N-E-R-G. So building requires energy. So as you kill other, or as you PvP, and maybe beat mobs or something, you get energy. Yep, energy builds a path. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Yep, we're on the same page. Yep, you get energy from those let me just put energy here as well. You get energy from the player or mob kills. And then you're constantly in battle, right? Because so imagine like you're on this shared, here, let's pull up the map. This is like, oh, I didn't know I could select that. That's weird. Yeah. So you would put the goal in the center and make it the same if you want PvP. Well, yeah. I mean, if, okay, well, let me draw that too. So let's put a line down the middle, and let's just hash out what you're talking about. So here's our line. So you're saying do like a center. Let me just get a different marker. Let's just not make it opaque. Let's make it completely opaque. Okay. So here's the land, right? Here's your like center thing. So what, yeah, but that would mean everybody would already have to be here. You're saying like put it in the middle. you're saying put the objective in the middle. Let's say this red thing is the objective, but you're already on the land. Like, I don't get how that's going to be different. Maybe you can elaborate. Yeah, I think competing over, well, okay, so maybe, okay, let's start over. Like, this is dumb. So let me just walk through it, right? So let's select this. Let's go over to geometry. Here, now we can actually use like real shapes. It's not showing up yet. Come on. There we go. All right, so let's say that you have this area, and then you have, this is going to be difficult to do within this amount of time, but we'll get to it. And let's say you have, and this is like the other, this is where you're at. All right, and these are where all the players are here. That's a player, it's a player. And you have to build a bridge. You have to build to the middle, right? And the reward is in the middle here. Oh man, this is not. So the reward is here, right in the middle. So if you're building this bridge, here, and I mean, people are going to be battling you, and you're going to be able to like combat them at the same time, right? So I think that I kind of wanted everybody to have their own meaning, but or their own reward point, because you're constantly going to be, I guess it would work the other way too. What if energy is a resource? You can use it to speed up certain aspects of the path build. Yeah. Well, I was just thinking like the energy would cost the building the paths, to build the connections cost a certain energy amount. So maybe if you you would have to be smart. So like each segment, let's say this is the bridge. Each segment, and again, this isn't going to have to be perfect, right? I'm going to use rigid bodies, right? And you'll be able to just jump on the individual paths. Like, let me pull up the where is it? Where is it? Is it main? I think it's main. Yeah. So you'll be able to build. I was thinking you would be able to build like this stuff, like these little. Oh, I have it in a different scene, I think. Yeah, it's under map. Yeah, so you'd be able to place stuff like this guy right here, and you'd be able to move it, like you just like place it somewhere, and then you'd be able to jump to that. I don't know, that might be a little difficult. I mean, I think you would just throw it and then jump to it, and then you're just trying to get to some goal. You know, if I was stuck here on this island and I needed to get over there, I would just put a thing here and then jump to it, and then I would go and get that point there. I mean, this is going to be a lot of work to do that, because then I want it to be persistent. I want it to be like a continuous game, and I thought that having a high score would just work, right? You know, the more things you collect, the high score you get, and then when you die, you get reset to 0. I should probably write this down. Death reset to 0. When die, you get your score is recorded, and then we just have high score list, and I'd save that in some database. I don't know if I'm gonna get to that on this game or in this 2-day thing to set up a database and all that stuff. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see if we get there. I haven't checked chat in a second. What's going on, guys? How to self-host server for a game dedicated server. I don't know. Go watch a couple of my videos I've got on dedicated server. Self-host, like off your own computer, that is like a whole other thing. You can use AWS to host your own server. You can use I think I can't remember the name. There's like several, anything that you can host a Linux server on, you can build a dedicated server for. I would just start there. The only reason I was thinking the center island, oh, here we go, Alex, is that the less moving parts and players have to counter each other in a greater frequency while aiming for the same location. So when they're aiming for the same location, then they can piggyback on someone else's work, right? So I can sit here and be killing you over and over again, and you know, how do you prevent that, right? So someone's going to be just standing behind you. Someone's going to be just like, as you build these sections, so as you build, here, let me put it up. So if I build this section first and then I build this section, somebody can just be like standing right here waiting to just go down and get to the middle. So you'd have to almost time it right. I guess, you know, I guess we could have, you could have like starter points where people have to like spawn, like maybe they spawn up here, and then they have to run, so it's not like super simple to get to. Sorry for my terrible drawings. So it takes a second to run back, so you could technically, you could just keep camping and killing them. I'm not really sure how this goes back to connection now though, right? I just feel like we're building a path, which I guess is a connection. So we could just say, oh, well, we're making a connection from the mainland to the center land. And then like, how do you reset it, right? So if, let's say I get to let's say this is our map, right? And I get to the center and I hit the treasure. At that point, what then? I've just beat the game. I guess you could start everybody over. First person to the middle wins, and that kind of throw away what I was talking about earlier. I just wanted the persistent world for this, and I guess we can change it. It's not that big of a deal. Just not so sure how fun that would be. Let's see what you guys are saying. If you have an energy for a block, your characters can then spawn a block. Yeah. Limited number. Shit. What if we had a map limited number of sockets? Pylons can only place 3 and they connect into triangles, equals more points, no PvP, but you can sabotage pylons. Yeah, I kind of wanted PvP, but I still like what you're saying. Instead of just one goal, each player has to micromanage their own point generator. Right. You would have to... You can make player own blocks so that you are not owning the player, it kills them. So if you are not owning the player, kills them. You can make player own blocks, right? Like turrets or something. All right, well, we went down a path here, and I think we've got some good ideas. I'm not so sure if I'm ready to dive in on any of these ideas just yet. Hopefully you guys like my maps. Let me see. See here. All right, what else? I don't want to give up on this. Need to figure out something to build. I don't know. The throwing the blocks thing, that could work. Like, let's see. Let me open the code for a second. Where do I have it? I think spell activity. So this thing is going to live for 2 seconds. Let me just make it live for a minute. And how do I kill it again? I just got to remember really quick what I'm doing here. Let's open up this guy, and he gets his time to live passed in. And then, okay, let's see. Let's just look. Let me see if that'll work. If I host this, and oh, I need to make a different primitive. So I was thinking, here, let me just throw it over here. So I was thinking you would throw something. Stop moving. Wait. Oh, I think I killed that collision for the current person. I would have to put that back. So then that wouldn't... Okay, I'm just doing a demo really quick. That means this line of code will have to go away. Don't think that's gonna recompile on the fly. Can I hit it? Yeah. Okay, so I can hit it. It's if it would stop moving. All right, so let's say I throw this land, this object, and then you stand on it, right? So, I mean, this is a terrible idea, but you can see I can stand on it. So I threw an item, and now I can stand on it, and then I can get and progress to the next spot, right? That's kind of like the idea of what we're what we're saying here. I don't know why it crashed, but yeah, I think that could work, where you're just like throwing out islands or squares. I probably wouldn't put some velocity on it like that. I'd probably just place it. Oh, let's see what you guys are talking about. Yeah, this is hard. This is very hard. Geez, I'm kind of stumped. I don't know why this broke. Hopefully that's not gonna be a problem. Setting it that high. Let me see where did I change that? Let's undo this change. Dude, don't give up. Try it. I think we're all whatever. And I'm making this like crazy. I built this like multiplayer foundation here, so you don't have to do that. You can make whatever you want, and it would be a lot of fun. Just start doing stuff. I think it'd be good. I think it's a good exercise. I've never done this game jam stuff before, but I think it's a good exercise to get you, kind of force you to do some stuff. So I don't know. I'm thinking that somehow we need to have a world where you need to, man, connection is just such a weird word. I thought his themes were gonna be like pirate or something, and then I could just make pirate things. Man, I'm stumped. So we have connect or get spots to not die. Like I do want PvP because I kind of designed the game to be that way, so I don't really want to abandon the PvP. Yeah. Yeah. So if we go back over to his assets, let's see. Platformer kit, I'm already looking at that. Does tower defense kit look like? I wish he would use higher quality previews. I'm having a hard time seeing these things. Okay. It's kind of cool. Space station kit. I mean, you can gather resources to power up something. Maybe you could mine resources and build connections, literal connections. I think that's where I'm stuck. I think I'm being too literal with the word connection. Like I need to have a looser idea with the word connection. Connection just means whatever you have, you're influencing the other person or the other people. What I guess maybe this probably weren't thinking about. I guess with that, he probably wasn't thinking too much about multiplayer stuff, but I think it works. Like, cause like if forget about PvP for a second, how would this work in a single player game? That's pretty cool. Little hexagon tiles. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I was trying to do the synonym thing a minute ago. I don't know what happened to it. Let me see if I pull it back up. I don't want to show this terrible webpage. So here's the connection. Network relations, allies. Okay, I guess if it's I was thinking that like you would team up with somebody, even though it's PvP. I guess it doesn't have to be PvP. I guess I'm willing to, even though I kind of planned all that. Maybe you have to team up and beat some mobs, and so that means you're connected to the player and you guys have a common goal to get X, Y, Z, or whatever those things are. Sponsor, kinship. I don't like these synonyms. Joints, coupling. This is like where my mind goes to is this like row right here, like a bond. Joining together, partnership. A link. So if, let me think, if we go back to the map idea. No, I don't like that idea either. Let me know if you guys. Yeah, man, no worries. Thanks for stopping by. I'm probably gonna be on all weekend with this unless something comes up. This is all I'm gonna be doing. But yeah, appreciate you coming by. Thanks. Yeah, and please drop by again. I'm getting yelled at by the cat. Communication. So I like the idea of when you die you lose everything and then you gain points along the way. So like whatever you're doing, you're getting points. So like think about battlegrounds and stuff like that. You have like a team and you're getting resources or you're getting kills, so you get points from those kills. Yeah. Connect the dots, constellations, yeah. Man, I am just struggling with this. I wonder how everybody else is doing. I want to know, has anybody else seen anybody else streaming this stuff? I wonder if anybody else is antonyms. Yeah, well, that's interesting. Gap, opening, disconnect. Come on, guys. Give me some ideas. I'm running out of ideas. Connections are like about bonds, energy, grouping. I mean, if we have the island idea, let me move this out of here. we go back to the, yeah, not helpful at all. I know your ideas are amazing and my ideas are, we're all in the same boat with this. I have these two maps right now, and I'm looking at them again for ideas. And if, let's say if I'm a player and I'm over here and I want to communicate something, I guess I could plant a flag or, yeah, it's kind of a weird. No, this is part of Kenny's game jam. Here, I'll just put it in the chat. So there's probably a bunch of other people doing this stuff, guys, so I'm not the only one. So, you know, feel free to check out some other streamers. I'm sure some other people are doing this. I haven't even advertised this anywhere. I probably should, just to get the word out a little bit better. Yeah, Twitch. Yeah, I'm not really, haven't really done Twitch in a while. I'm not really set up over there, and I don't really have a following at all. I have like no presence on Twitch, so I'm just gonna stick to YouTube for now. I think doing Twitch would be cool eventually, but I don't know if I'll get there. Yeah, okay, so the puzzle game is like kind of what I was thinking. Like maybe you could, like maybe you're alone, right? Maybe you're alone on the island and you don't know where to go, and you have to find the other places, and like you could probably kind of see it out in the distance maybe, and you have to use your energy or something to get, like you're stuck here and you know there's something maybe out in the distance over there you can see, and you have to get to it. And then maybe yeah, maybe I'll just spawn like a bunch of stuff around the island, and each little sub island will have like points, and if you die, you die. I mean, that's a game right there. I mean, that could work. So you're gonna have to gather resources to get energy. I'm gonna write this down. Let's see. If I say gather resources to get energy, use that to purchase islands, or not islands, I would just want to say like platforms, and then use platforms to get to other rewards or points. That's kind of boring because you're isolated, right? Okay, so totally different idea. What if you connect players to make them friends? You have a limited length of rope. Once connection is established, you get extra rope. Okay, so how does that game end, right? So if you're given, sometimes you need to cut connection to make new ones. So how does that end? How does that game end? Like what's the end goal of that? How would that work? So you're going to have, I'm going to say energy, rope, same thing, right? Limited rope, get more through tasks, mobs, players, etc. I don't know, mining. I don't know. It's kind of the game ends when everyone is connected. doesn't that feel a little, I don't know, like, would that kind of dull the competitiveness of it if like we all win? Is that what we want? Is that what I mean? I like the unity idea. I mean, it's kind of, you know, we're all connected at that point. Like we all have a common goal. Okay, maybe let's pull at that thread. So let's say everybody's in it together, and the goal is to make connections to everyone. Uh, okay. So so answer this. Can you earn more rope? Can you earn more, or does everybody have like 100 rope feet or whatever you want, rope meters or whatever unit, and you can't get more rope, and so you have to all figure out how to strategically connect to the isolated areas to win. So like each isolated area can have like a node that you have to pick up. So once all the nodes are picked up, you know, you win. Like, well, I'll just write, that's a like super easy way to do this. So once all goals are picked up, everyone wins. I mean, I kind of like this. I kind of like this approach. And this really, my cat left. I think it really ties into the unity thing or the connection theme. So okay, so when you connect, you're saying like, here, let me maybe we need to map this. Maybe we need to draw a map. Let's go back to the map. You guys are like, oh god, not this again. All right, let's say, whew, okay. Let's say, let me just make sure. Let's say this is our map. It's not working. Let's say this is our map. I'm gonna wait for it, and then we have different areas on the map we have to get to. So I don't really know what symbol do I use for treasure. Let me find it really quick. Hold on. Geometry objects. Let me get a icon. Sorry. All right, we'll do a gift. All right. All right. So you have to get all of these, and the players are going to start out. Come on. Let's say players will start out on their own areas, and there's going to be areas all around. And you're saying that like there's limited, like, so this is player one down here, and he's got to connect. Let's say there's another one of these things back down here. There's another one over there. And we'll just put one here. So like you can immediately start out and there's like an easy one. So okay, I have some rope. Maybe I have 100 feet of rope, 100 meters. We'll use meters. And then I get to this, so now I have this, and then this guy over here, you know, he sees one over here. No. He sees one over here, so he can build a rope over here. And then there's some like hard to get ones in the middle. You know, I think this would be hard to balance. Let me see what you got. Yeah, definitely the strategies here. Yeah. I think the rope would be I think the rope would be logistically difficult because um like you're making a connection from point A to point B with the rope, right? And then how do you travel across to the other area? Like how am I gonna, like, do I have them walk on the rope? I would just make paths or something. I would just say, let's just make paths. um but I see how the rope could be challenging. I'm just not sure how to implement the rope in a way that would be like easy to achieve within the given amount of time I have for this. um Probably should be drinking some water. No, you're not derailing me at all. I think these are really good ideas. I mean, it's as good as anything I've come up with. They can stay together. Only you can move. What do you mean by that? I'm not sure I follow you on that one. Um, yeah, good luck. Good luck with your game jam. All the best. I hope you win it. I don't even know. Is this a competition? I don't really know how this, are we going to be graded? Like, I don't know how, what the point of this is. Is there going to be a winner? I don't know. I wasn't really trying to win anything. I was just trying to do it. But good luck. I'm glad you got some ideas. And give me a shout out if you use any of my, no, I'm kidding. Do whatever you want, man. Good luck. But yeah, Mint, I don't know what you mean they can stay together. So I'm blanking on that. But I think we're getting closer. Like, I think at one point I'm gonna just, like, a light bulb is gonna go off. Um, and I kind of like what you're saying with the everybody, like everybody is kind of in it together and they're all, trying to get to the same goal. Um, and trying to get all those things, and then when you get it, you win and the game can reset or something like that. That's kind of a neat idea. Building connections between different areas. um Geez, I wish I was good at this. Maybe I'm not a good, I don't have the ideas today with this theme. um I'm thinking like Lord of the Rings, like, what was the beacons are lit. um it's like communication. Oh, okay. So people rank them. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that somebody already submitted a project. Like, what are they? Let's see. Submissions feed. Oh, man. How did he build it already? All right, here we go. First submission. Somebody else made this. Oh, they made it in Udemy. Nice. Nice. What do I do? What happens? Nothing's happening. It's kind of a neat, it's a very cool, maybe he wanted just to submit early so that it would just be simple updates after that point. I mean, it's not doing anything. It's just a scene. That's really neat, though. I like this scene a lot. Damn. Anyways, uh, overall concept. But here's the game jam thing: presentation, visuals. Yeah, yeah. The beacon idea is like, I guess, yeah, it's just like a placeholder so that he can probably easily, submit the updates to it. Like, the beacons, like, you're communicating something, like a call to action. um and um okay, so what if what if you have like a bigger world? Okay, let's say we have a bigger world, and if you're looking for some rogue mobs, there's just some bosses or something in the map, and in order to beat them, you're going to need help. So you have to shoot a flare up, or you know, how, you know, you're going to have to get help. You're going to have to notify others where you're at, so that they can come and rescue you, so that you can come and beat the boss. So it could be like a PvE scenario. A non-puzzle game for connections. Yeah, I don't really want to make a puzzle game. I know, I get it. I'm just not. I want it to be more like open world, kind of idea, and I do want to have an idea before. I want to have a, like, I can't just make this game right without having a goal in mind. So I need to think of a place where I can like head towards is for something. Whoops. I just like hopping around on this little scene that I made. All right, I'm gonna have to do something different because this isn't working. Maybe I can get more inspiration from from his assets, because I'm really blanking right now. I mean, I'll think of something eventually. I'm not worried about it. We'll definitely figure something out. I'm just gonna go look through here for inspiration. You guys let me know if you have any ideas. How, you know, we could do cars, but I don't know. I kind of like having characters. Yeah, I think you're right. I think, yeah, I think I think you're kind of hitting the nail on the head there. I think it is going to be challenging to come up with something. I mean, it's connections are just you're building pathways to other people. You know, that's kind of the simple idea. Yeah. Yeah, this stuff is difficult. I can build the stuff, but coming up with the ideas is really difficult sometimes. I wouldn't say that I'm overly creative, but I think that if you just like get the juices flowing, you'll eventually think of something. Hmm. I mean, I have to use these assets to make the game. So I was thinking that maybe I'll just look at these and see if I can come up with anything. Wow, this is crazy. I don't want to use city stuff though. Conveyor kit? What's that? There's packages. We could make a UPS or a FedEx sorting facility, and you have to deliver the mail. Sorry. I make myself laugh. and we'll have a little conveyor belts, and you have to read the label and make sure that gets sorted to the correct sorting facility. I mean, we could make a puzzle game. We could totally make a puzzle game. It's just trying to make it in a way that in this amount of time, I think would be difficult. What if it's? I like the idea that I think we have. I think we have a bait. I think we're gonna have islands. I think we're gonna have an area where you have to somehow establish a connection between. But I'm not loving our current ideas. I don't think we've got there yet. I think we still need to figure out a way to do this. Oh man, this is not that easy. Yeah. Yeah, castle defense. Yeah. To unlock better defenses. Yeah. Okay, so you have to establish a village and then, yeah, trade routes. Secure points for working routes. Yeah. 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 It's just, I'm thinking like how I'm going to implement all that. And it's just, yeah. Yeah. Trade routes or connections. They are connections. Um, Connecting flights. Let me get the glare off my glasses. You could do connecting flights. So if you have to, there's like a boat that you have to catch to get connected to. Uh, what are some things that you connect to? So you connect to the internet. You connect to a cellular tower for your phone. You connect to when you're rock climbing, you connect your little hook to the whatever, the grapple or whatever they call that. There's a hook there. I'm like dropping my 9 viewers down to 6 viewers because this is like not going anywhere. You can create a route by pulling a cart when you have village to another. Yeah. 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 So if you're establishing um hmm, it would be cool to, I think, instead of everybody wins, you have like a match and you're trying to beat everybody else to establishing the connection to something, or turning on the generator, or you're powering up your boat, right? I think there's a boat. I had a boat in the game. That's not a boat. So I have like this boat. Maybe we have a power boat or a car, and you need to why can't I spin? You need to like charge the battery to connect to, I don't know, connect your battery. You have to connect your battery to the boat to get off the island. How about that? you have to connect the battery terminals, and the power supply is on the other side of the map and it's too heavy for you to move. So we're going to go back to the rope idea. So you have to gather wire. So you're gathering wire throughout the map. This is so bad. You're getting wire around the map, and and then you have to connect from the battery terminal all the way back to your boat. And people can target your wire, but it takes a lot of damage. Like, it's a lot of work to damage the wire. And how would you even program that? I don't, that's a lot of work. The theme is connection. Game maker. The theme is connection. Bridges connect land and masses. Yes, bridges do connect, and that's what I was thinking. Like, and I've already built some bridges here. I have a little bridge, so I can do that. That's feasible for this game. I just don't know how doing like ropes and wires would work. I don't feasibly, unless I use one of his pipe. Oh man, pipe assets. I'm sure he's got something in here. Wall corner. Here's a pillar. You use that wood pillar, or like something like this pipe. I can edit it maybe down. Control the power grid. Yeah, utility company. Yeah, that's. How about a tower defense connecting towers to each other? Yep. Network, friends, family, construction part dots. Finding clue or evidence. That's gonna be like super creative. I like Mitz. I rando stuff. Mitz rando stuff. Okay, yeah, I like that. I like where you're going with it, but I think for the game jam, I want to keep this pretty simple. Like I think that there's an idea there, but I'm I'm looking to really have a narrow scope. I've only got like a day of work that I can stick into this, so um yeah, I think I think having something that you can create, and then having something that having those creations be able to be destroyed, like the like wires or bridges or whatever we talked about, and then uh creating a connection to something that is like the reward. I think that would be good. Charging different boats with that dock with a different battery. Yeah, like how do you do that? Okay, so if okay, game maker, if you're gonna do the charging thing, what does that look like? Like, what do you how do you connect? So let's say you connect battery charges. You know, what is that? If okay, so if we have our boat, we have our boat, and you need to build a bridge to this boat, um, or you need to build a connection. Uh, how would I know that you've built a connection? Does that make sense? Like it I don't want to I don't want to program something for this game jam that's going to detect that you've connected all this stuff from point A to point B to point C. Like I don't really want to do it that way. I want to make it so that I just want to make it so that you can get to a point and then you capture that there's like a little loot box or something that is like, okay, you reach the thing. Yeah, wires. Yeah, of course wires. But what like how would I represent that? How would that look? Let me change this editor layout. Uh let's see. Let's see what he's got for his modular buildings. Ooh, that's kind of neat. I mean, we might just take 2 days to think of an idea, and then I'm gonna submit a screenshot for my mm, hmm, for my game. I'll just submit a screenshot just like that other guy and call it quits, and then I'll just work on this later. Um, Let me see. I'm just looking for inspiration again. It's kind of some neat little guns he's got there. By the way, if you guys haven't picked up Kenney's assets and you're doing game dev, they're really solid. And if you're, I mean, this I'm working with Godot. Of course, you can use Unity, whatever, but he actually has the GLB formats all ready to go. So you don't even really, you just basically drag it into your game and it'll work. That's one way to do it. So if you're looking to get some assets, he's got a lot of stuff for free. I think maybe all of his stuff is for free. And then he accepts some donations and that sort of thing. I think I said I didn't want to do commercial. More fantasy, more it's kind of nature stuff. Hey, what is up, man? What's up, Legion? We are trying. Okay, so the theme is connection, and I'm completely stumped. I've been streaming for an hour and a half, and I have like a little base starting point for this, and I have no idea what to do. Thanks for dropping by the way. Appreciate the input. It's actually been helpful. Yeah, so you're saying I can build oh yeah, so the theme is connection, and I don't know what to do with that theme. I think I'm gonna stick, the genre is going to be more fantasy, not city. So I want it like, so here's my little demo game that I have as a starting point. It's got multiplayer, it's got a multiplayer base in it. You got some health. You don't die yet, you just kind of lose health. You go negative health. So I kind of wanted to do a little PvP, maybe some PvE, maybe some mobs, maybe a boss. I'm open for that. And I want the ground to kind of be lava, so like you're not really supposed to touch the ground. And but I want it to kind of look like this, even though this guy, I'm not going to really change characters for this because I don't have the time to do that, I think. But this is like a spaceship guy. I'm not really gonna, I don't know if I'll have time to edit and be able to select characters for the game jam. But if this looks like it's promising, I'll continue it after the game jam if I actually think of an idea. So yeah, I just think something like this, kind of nature, kind of little fantasy, a little bit. But the best way to learn multiplayer is to just start with the high level multiplayer APIs and go there. It's really easy to create a server, really easy to connect to the server. I've got like 15 demo videos on that. And then just learn how to send messages through an RPC, synchronize variables with sync variables or replication or multiplayer synchronizer, and get used to authority, understand what authority is, because it's like one of the most important things that everybody struggles with. And 9 out of 10 times the problems that I run into are authority based problems. So I would start there. But also when you're doing multiplayer, build it out immediately. Like don't build out. I mean, you can do whatever you want. But I think it's easier to build your game with multiplayer in mind, so that you know how to organize the game. And I mean, there's arguments against this probably, but I think when you know your game is going to be multiplayer, it's a good idea to, establish those multiplayer things early on. That way you're not going to be kind of coding yourself into a corner, and it allows you to look at things a little differently. But start simple, make a couple prototypes, make stuff that just like this, just make small stuff and just get used to having, another player in the game, right? So this is multiplayer right here. This is like my little multiplayer template. I probably have some new people in chat, so I just have this little base where you can punch right now. It takes away some health, and I synchronize the health right now, and I synchronize location, and then I can throw stuff, which was like really difficult to figure out how to throw it at the angle of the camera, believe it or not. I don't know why it was so difficult, but it was. But because I wanted it to like shoot out of his like chest, so like if you cast a spell, it doesn't make sense to shoot it out of the camera. I wanted it to shoot out of the player, but also in the same like direction as wherever the camera's pointing. So I can throw it up, I can throw it down, and I was able to achieve that. And I posted a short that summed up my frustrations with this, but I got it figured out. And I actually tried to do it like 6 months ago, and then I finally came back around to it. But so yeah, I'm just throwing primitives at this guy until he falls off and his health gets down low. So there's my starting point. Oh, you guys are typing. I should probably be paying attention to that. So, oh, did I get an ad? Is there an ad right now? Sorry, I meant to skip ads for a while. Let me know if there's an ad. But so I don't really have a Godot course, but I have some intro to multiplayer stuff that you can check out in my YouTube channel. This right here, I've worked on for about a week. But the only thing I was doing, I built out this little scene in like, I don't know, a couple minutes. But the actual multiplayer stuff where you can cast spells and do damage and that kind of thing, that took a few days, because this is designed for like open world gameplay where you can receive heals or damage or buffs or whatever. Like I have a queue set up for all the players' actions so that like if let's say you had energy and you have a spell and it requires like 10 energy or whatever, I want you to be able to have an opponent do damage to you so that maybe you lower your energy and therefore your next spell will take into account that damage. So that's just typical gameplay, like multiplayer gameplay queuing for like open world stuff. So I just worked on that system and it took me about a week to do that full system. And that's just the starting point for this game. There's no game. It's just a kind of a multiplayer system. Yeah, I'm not off the top of my head. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't be able to probably provide too much on a troop of NPCs to follow a player. There are mechanisms to do navigation agents and that sort of thing, and I think you might be able to set yourself up as an agent. I can't remember. I did a bunch of work on that a few months ago, but I haven't revisited it right now. But yeah, I think that you could just also have a follow point and then kind of randomize the follow, like you're the lead player or something like that, and then they all just kind of follow you. There's ways to do it. I don't think that's too bad, but off the top of my head, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't know you could do this much with a multiplayer in Godot. Godot multiplayer is fully functional. I don't know why people think it's not. This is not. This is all using high level APIs, guys. This is not using any. I'm not custom sending packages of data or anything like that. This is all just high level multiplayer APIs. If you want to see, like, I'm literally just what am I doing? So I synchronize the spell's position just with the multiplayer synchronizer. I literally just put linear velocity in position. I mean, I don't know if it's 100% the best way to do it because I'm not trying to be proficient with this or optimize, because that I'll revisit all the optimization later. But I just wanted to get something working. And then the player, let me open up the player scene. So the player scene is corrupted. This keeps happening, and that really sucks that this happened again. I'm gonna have to fix it. Shoot. I'm gonna have to fix this. The player scene's corrupted. Anyways, I can't show you the rest of the multiplayer because the player scene's corrupted. I'll have to come back to that in a second. But it's all high level APIs, but behind the scenes, Godot has a full-fledged networking I guess APIs that you can use, lower level APIs. You can I know guys that are in my Discord that are managing sending actual data packets. They're doing data compression, and they're making like one guy's making an MMO, I think, and he's really has complete control over the data he's being sent. So you could make pretty much any game, I think, that you want, and whatever like problems you run into, you would just have to find workarounds for that. And as the game engine matures and we get more support for it, I'm sure that you'll be able to build on top of those additions. But yeah, right now it's fully fledged. You can do a lot with it. You still think the puzzle's the way to go? Yeah, I mean, if I can think of a good puzzle game, I'm gonna have to fix the player scene before I do anything. And this is the second time the player scene is broken on me. There's something weird that happens with Godot where it gets corrupted. Let me restart it really quick and see if that'll fix it. Sometimes it fixes it. Otherwise, I have to go in and manually edit the scene. And what's crazy is, like, there's no changes. Oh, thank God I don't have to do them. I already had to manually change it earlier. So just to go back, like, I'm just synchronizing the location and the transform and velocity, and you could kind of experiment with these and see which works for your game. And I'm basically gonna just use this setup until I run into a wall where I can't, and then I'll refactor my current implementation. I'm not trying to over optimize right now. So that's the synchronizer. That's gonna synchronize all the player positions. And then the spawner down here, the component spawner, is what I use to spawn that triangle that I was showing you. So like if you want to spawn a spell or something and have a physical object, like right now I have a physical object able to spawn. And if you want to synchronize that, so I'm using that little component, this component, it's just a multiplayer spawner to spawn it, and you can see that it's synchronized between both screens. And the synchronizer itself is on the component. I just dropped it on the component for the position. So guys, I've got like 15 videos on how to do that stuff that should get you started if you're interested in that. But that's all I'm using for this. So if you can do what I did in my videos, then you can do this. This was not that difficult, but I'm getting way off track, and we're at like the 2-hour mark, and I need to think of a game to make. Let me see what you guys saying. Would be nice if you need 2 players to clear a level and they need to work together. Yeah, I like that, but I'm not. Like how does that? Like I do want to have an open world. I do want to have multiple people. I don't really want to narrow this down to just a 2-player game. I guess I could, but I just didn't really want to do that. And I think I like the idea of working together, but I also like the idea of PvP, so I guess it just depends. Yuval, did I say your name right? Yuval? What's going on, man? I'm sorry, I'm terrible at pronouncing names. Anyways, sorry, somebody just commented on one of my videos and it like caught me off guard a little bit. I don't have enough jump cuts, memes, or awkward humor to have more views on my YouTube. That's why I don't have more views on my YouTube channel, because I'm not yelling enough and jumping around. Yuval. All right, got it. Thanks. Appreciate it. What's going on? Are you doing the game jam? Are you participating in the game jam? Yeah, game maker. I think P2P. You said the word matchmaking, and I think Steam's matchmaking would be very easy. I played with their lobby system, and if that's what you're considering a lobby system, then or matchmaking, then yeah, there are, matchmaking does get a little bit more complicated and involved than just, hey, I'm in a lobby with you. You can actually set up parameters to matchmake. I haven't done a video on that. I haven't done any tutorials on that, but I've done tutorials on the lobby systems. And if you want to do that, you can. It's a pretty easy place to start. Plus, with P2P Steam, you're able to host from your own computer, I believe. So you can like host and then connect to the Steam network, and then you create a lobby, and then your friends. Just go watch my videos on that, and I explain the whole thing. But all right, I gotta think of a game idea, guys. I mean, I don't want to be up all night working on this. Although I have enough coffee to probably do that. I might have to get some help. I'm gonna need some help. Oh man, ChatGPT, yes. Oh, you're doing your own, Yuval. You're doing your own. You're doing the game jam. Awesome. Make sure you link it over and showcase your work in my channel, or let me know. I want to see what you did. Me and the chat and I are struggling. I guess this is on me. I'm not trying to pass the buck. I'm really struggling with a connection theme. Do you have any good ideas? We were kind of thinking, or I guess I was thinking that you kind of missed it, but I had like some, I have this like land. I have a couple different ideas for it. Maybe an island or some like landmass, and you're all competing to get to form like a land bridge. based on energy. Like you have to maybe PvP or mine for energy or get energy from something, and you can expend it on like platforms to get to some like treasure place. And then the platforms are also they have health, so that you can sabotage the health and of those platforms. So yeah, I was definitely looking into something like that. Let me see if I can ask AI. I don't have a Chat GPT account, so I don't know. I've never used it. I've never used Chat GPT. I've never used it. Believe it or not, I've never used it in my life. All right, I'm gonna pull it up here. I don't know if this is gonna work. Do you guys this is this how I use it? I just start typing. You guys gotta help me. Let me just pull this up. Yeah, that's what we were thinking. Yeah, that's what we were thinking of. To like you would have to get energy and video game ideas with a connection theme. See, I like using AI for this kind of stuff. I don't want it to do my work. I want it to like fold my laundry. Holy cow. That was easy. But yeah, Yuval, that was Yuval. I'm gonna keep butchering Yuval. That is definitely what we were trying to do. Distort the other players. Okay, you guys use it all the time. Pick chat. Yeah. Or at the top left. Oh, pick the 4th version. It's not gonna let me. I don't have an account. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to use AI for certain things. I don't know. I'm okay with using it for some things, but yeah. Yeah, inspiration. It's not, there's a big difference there. Inspiration. Will, chill out. I can use it to inspire me to be creative. Yeah, but I have to log in, right? I don't want to log in, guys. Is it really worth it? I don't want to create an account right now. Let's see, restore balance. Okay. Players control characters who can forge empathetic connections. Okay. This is like too in depth. This we need like a really simple like go here, do this, and all right. What game are you yeah, sure. What's okay, Yuval, what game are you working on? Have you picked a game idea yet? Sorry, I don't know if you said that already. All right. Players can take on a role. Hmm. These like words are these titles are getting weird. Okay. Let's try that. How do I do it again? Very basic. Let's try that. Link up puzzle adventure. That's what everybody's been talking about. Players control characters who must navigate through a series of interconnected tunnels or mazes that can only press strings by connecting switch to bridge or platform. I mean, this is like what we've been talking about. This is exactly what I've been rambling on for 2 hours about. I mean, seriously, that's exactly what we've been saying. Telepathic abilities, solve puzzles, they communicate and transfer thoughts. Um, good luck, man. Thanks. Good night. Uh, balance. So bond. Okay. So maybe, oh man, maybe like fire and water are opposites, but like fire and earth work together. So, um, man, this is tough. This is so tough, and I'm probably overcomplicating it. Um, I'm just reading through these. Villagers must be, no, that's too complicated. No, that's too complicated too. And shamanic character. Yeah, yeah. Okay, so you can like build trust. Different spell types can join together. Or different, you know, ability types or themes. Um, yeah. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Um, I'm like totally fizzling out here. Let me see. If we build connections through different yeah, if let's say we where's my notes? So you're saying, okay, so if we have teams, why not have puzzles like one player has to stand on a panel to drop down on a ledge, another player can jump onto to get a key to reach the next area. Has similar challenges. Yeah. Um, I think that's a great idea. I'm a little concerned about the scope of something like that for, you know, I mean, it's already taken this much time to just kind of think of an idea. Um, I just feel like that could be a little complex, especially now you're talking teams. I kind of wanted everybody to just jump in on their own. So it's either everybody's on their own and or you have to everybody works to a common goal, like we're all trying to get everything on the map. And I think what I'm gonna have to do is pick something to start at, and I'm just gonna head in that direction, and as I head in that direction I'm gonna think of another idea. Yeah, I think that would be a lot of work. It's going on tool shed. Oh yeah, and I think I'm gonna have to just pick a really like pick one of these dumb ideas. Not dumb. I don't mean to say dumb. I mean basic ideas and just start building in that direction, and then maybe it'll hit me because I've been stuck here for what is it? How long have I been here? 2 hours, just under 2 hours. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to do that. Um, it's a great no, Will. I mean, that's totally reasonable. I'm just I don't want you to not say an idea because of whatever I'm talking about. I want you to keep throwing out ideas because I'm definitely stuck. But I think yeah, I'm gonna have to like order pizza or something. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to start just building out some land, like some platforms, and like this, like what I got back here behind the scenes. I'm just gonna start with a level, and I'm going to build islands around it, and then we're gonna budget. We're gonna think of something, and we're gonna involve energy, and I just don't want to waste any more time. I don't know how late I'm gonna stream tonight, so I think I'm just gonna start building the map. Didn't Tolkien say like before you have a good story you have to have like a map? So I'm gonna build the map, and then I think we'll fill in the gameplay because I think we can. Yeah, I think you're right. I think, and I'm not gonna log off or anything. I'm gonna take a like short 5-minute break or something, and maybe like figure out food but I'm gonna keep going, and then as we're building it, we can just talk, we can have a drink, we can have a food, and you know, we could just do that. I think that's gonna work, guys. I think I'm just gonna dive in, and I'm gonna start doing stuff, and we're gonna, yeah, thanks so much for coming by. Yeah, I'm gonna take a quick break and figure out something, and then I'm gonna dive right in. And thanks guys for hanging out. I'm just gonna leave a message for everybody. Be right back. Taking quick break.